I'm out at my home lake here in Midwest City, Oklahoma. This is Stanley Draper Lake, not too far from my house, and they have built all of these very, very nice bike riding trails and walking trails. And over there is the launch point for boats, one of them. I believe there's 3 others, and we're gonna go check it out. These trails have really been upgraded really nicely, and today is Sunday, so there's not a total lot of traffic. It's about 4 o'clock, I'm thinking, and well, it's 4 o'clock. Even though it is early September, there is still a lot of greenery out here, and I haven't seen any leaves fall yet. It's just darn beautiful out here. You have lots of wildlife. You see deer out here all the time, and they're always on the roads. Got to be careful around here, especially during breeding seasons. And for some reason, August, September, and October, I see a lot of them. Hey. I'm still trying to figure out what that is, but I think it's a bird, because I think it's got wings. I believe it's actually got wings. And yes, it does. This is really cool. This little area out here is kind of in between and centrally located. I love this area because right over there, right behind me, is the boat dock. That's where I parked my car, rode around here. This little peninsula sticks out, and sometimes when it really rains, this whole thing is covered completely. And you get a pretty good view of a lot of the lake out here. You can see there's lots of boats out here. There's lots of little coves. There's a cove straight ahead, right where these guys are going. There's another cove over there that goes back. And each one of these coves go back at least a half mile. So on a kayak or a sup board, as you can see, there's a supper right over there. One sup board. Lots of boats out today. Mark and I go kayaking through here all the time. One thing that Stanley Draper has going for it that a lot of the other metro lakes don't, except for Arcadia up in Edmond, this has lots of coves and little spots you can go in and out of. Now, Thunderbird, a bit to the south in Norman, has lots of coves as well, but actually not as many as Stanley Draper, I think. There's lots of little coves that you can get shielded from the big waves. Come back in here and explore. I don't know if you just saw the sign that we went over. That was Oklahoma Maps. I think it was Maps 3. I don't know if we're on Maps 5 yet, or 4. I'm not sure. I'd really have to look it up. But that's the Oklahoma City improvement. And each map iteration, what they do is they pick a spot to upgrade. And I got to tell you what, this Lake Stanley Draper upgrade was the best one of all, because Lake Stanley Draper locally used to be called Dead Man Draper for obvious reasons back in the day, and but now Lake Stanley Draper is completely transformed into a family-friendly environment where you just see people out walking about. They're not afraid to be by themselves, go out and about. It's completely changed. Draper is now a hidden gem location in Oklahoma City as far as having family-friendly activities to go do. We have riding stables up here about, I think, on a half mile on the right. You've got an ATV dirt bike riding. You've got, on the other side of the lake, there is a dirt bike trail system, which has really come a long way. The only one, I think, in the Metro, Oklahoma City, Norman, Oklahoma area that can come anywhere close to it, you know, a little bit better, I understand, actually, is up in Thunderbird, the Thunderbird Lake trails. What I've seen of the ones here, they're pretty nice. Maybe one day I'll have to take my e-bike up there and go over them. Down here, point one, is where Insco's Adventures and my YouTube channel go and launch our kayaks a lot. It's a really, really nice place to launch kayaks and to just have kind of a place all to yourselves. Right down here, where this guy's walking his dog, is point one, and that's where we launch our kayaks routinely. We are coming up on a point which will really, really, really drain my battery. It is a huge hill that goes down, which, to be quite honest, I don't want to go too far because it will drain my battery significantly. It goes really, really way far down there. I may turn around and go back a bit. Now, I gotta get my kick scooter. Over there are great picnic tables. There's a whole slew of them, and you got a really, really good view of the lake. I think you can see the dam from there. Yeah, you can see the dam from there. You can see Insco Island that Insco claimed and beat me to, because I didn't realize we could claim islands, but he claimed it. But hey. Here is Cross Timbers Campground, and I believe down here is also the area where you can have your motorized dirt bikes down here, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but the campground is over here, and I've never gone down here. I'm just gonna go around a little bit, see some of the campgrounds. Looks like there's quite a few primitive campground areas here. I don't think they have RV campgrounds here. I know they do at Thunderbird. Oh, they actually do. I'm looking at some up there. Yep. So it looks like maybe 15 or 20 primitive, and holy crud, I guess there are spots for RVs up here. I did not know that. Well, that's good to know, because if I ever wanted to come up here with my RV, I could. It's awesome. You'd have to, I don't believe there's any hookups, so it would have to be pure generator. So these are primitive, I believe. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. You can see one going right there. fun to watch them when they're actually flying. A couple of times there's some guys out here who've got some really large scale RC planes. That one's pretty decent size, but nowhere near the size of a couple that I've seen. There's a couple I've seen that were about 8 to 9 foot long. That one there looks like about 4 or 5 foot long. Still pretty decent size, but. And lots of motorcycles ride their bikes here. And lots of wrecks. I have come across a wreck and had to help a guy out of a bunch of bushes. His motorcycle was in the tree, literally, about 4 foot up in branches, low-hanging branches, but yep, his bike was in a tree. I love this little hill here. I like how the trees come over and cover it, give you a little shade from that early morning and late evening sun.